Hi YouTube fans! Before we start the video, I just want to let you all know that this is the last episode of Season 29, and it's also the last episode where the women trains do not have faces. And then in Season 30, the women trains having faces will be a permanent fixture of the simulator. I hope you enjoy the video. Thank you, and have a good day. The Woman of Events. It was springtime in North America and Sodor, and the trains were being really useful and friendly by pulling passengers and freight of where they need to go. Mixed goods trains go long distances like intercity trains. One early afternoon at 3:30 p.m., Vanessa and Sandy were in the rail yard with Sir Topham Hatt. Sir Topham Hatt had a special job for both engines. "Today, you two," he said, "a special woman called Mabrina Barnelli is coming." "Who is she?" asked Vanessa. "She's a special woman," said Sandy. "She makes miracles that are new," said Vanessa. "That's incredible," said Sandy. Meanwhile, Thomas the train was hauling a long line of freight cars of 350 wagons. His locomotive pulled in just in time. "That's a really long train, Thomas," Vanessa said. "It is," panted Thomas. But then Vanessa and Sandy had an idea. "Why don't you pull it?" said Thomas to both women engines. Before long, Vanessa and Sandy backed up to the freight cars, and they steamed out of the yard. It was a really long train, but Vanessa and Sandy carried on. Go faster, laughed the troublesome trucks. And the boxcar was full of lots of stuff. And then the freight cars rolled along as much as they could with their bogies. And they went faster and faster. On, faster, laughed the troublesome trucks. And the freight cars rolled up the hill off the northeast corridor. "Here we go," said Vanessa. "We have to get these freight cars to Mabrina Barnelli," said Sandy. And they steamed over the bridge with all their weight as they clickety-clacked along the track. Clickety-clack, chugga-chugga, chugga-chugga, choo-choo, laughed the troublesome trucks. "Train coming through!" And they laughed, and they laughed, and they clickety-clacked down the track. Meanwhile, Becky, Lauren, and Sam were hauling a mini goods train of 10 cars. It was short. And they clickety-clacked down the line. "It's the nice crisp air I like," said Becky. And they passed a long freight train of 350 cars. "That's long," said Becky. "Very long," said Lauren. "I've never seen it so big before," added Sam. And they steamed past the flat cars that were empty until they needed to be loaded. And then the The two engines went over mountains and down the line as much as they could. The train was huge! I like it here in the mountains, said Vanessa. I do too, said Sandy. Some passengers were waiting for Fatu's train as Becky and Vanessa and Sandy steamed by. On, faster, faster, laughed the trucks. And then the freight car was full of ballast. Vanessa and Sandy steamed down the mountain with all of their items. What? It was long. Meanwhile, an MBTA commuter train was coming from Wachusett on its way to Boston North Station. It was very busy. Then there was trouble. On, faster, faster, laughed Scruffy. And then the control car driver saw a freight train of steam locomotives ahead and he threw his train into emergency braking, and so did Vanessa. Then it was too late! This is an emergency! Called the freight cars. Help! We're stuck! And then everything came to a stop. When James saw the crash, he could hardly believe it. Luckily, no one was hurt, but 187 cars had jumped the track, and Vanessa and Sandy had flipped onto their sides, covered in lots of oil and coal. It might start a fire, said Sandy. We're stuck here, Vanessa. But P40 DC 4800 and the first leading coach stayed on the tracks unharmed. But Vanessa and Sandy were in critical condition. We'll be out of this mess soon, said Sandy. It was catastrophic. That night, a big rainstorm came to Sodor, and it was a spring storm. Hope we're repaired tomorrow, said Vanessa. I hope we are too, said Sandy. When morning broke, Vanessa and Sandy were soon repaired and bringing all the freight cars full of natural items at a mixed-up train for the renovation of St. Nicholas Union Station. They arrived just in time. We're here, called Vanessa. We are, said Sandy. Mr. Cakester was happy to see them. I'm glad to see you, he said. All the engines were proud. I've heard all about that accident, puffed Dwee. It was catastrophic. It was, said Quinn. Even though the preschool railers are proud of Vanessa and Sandy for being healthy and strong, an accident like that could not be repeated in the future. And most similarly, Vanessa and Sandy were always being useful, and that is how they became repaired and really useful again.